Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, September 27th, 2021, 6:24 Mountain Time, 8:24 Eastern. I'm Chart Gal Lori. You have found yourself at the pregame show. Audio, visual check, please. Yo, Ronnie, Jessica, Chris, Dino, Barry, Camel. Yes, let's drink some coffee together. Hey, Jason, Roger, Tom, Armin, Night Truck, Sincere Almond, Cassia. I'm sitting here digging through charts and looked at the time. I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to be live. Lost track of time. I get lost in charts. Hey, Chuck, thanks. Hey, Ra. Perfect. Thank you, Ronnie. Good morning. Good morning. The market feels heavy this morning. Market as in primarily technology, and it's weighing on SPY. Dow and RTY just went red. We were up about 122 points earlier in the Dow and we just went red. So be careful out there today. You had some turbo dirt already. Hi, Topher. Hey, Blue Dog. Hi, Hotel. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Joseph, Patrick. Thanks, Roger. We'll get started in 5 minutes. If you're tuning in later in the day, you want to fast forward a couple minutes while I do a little housekeeping, feel free to. Had a crazy weekend with DYDX. We've got the best chat room. I wouldn't have known about this coin without our chat room. But look at that move over the weekend. Just a little 110% move, no big deal, you know. No big deal. That was fun. And if you're into that sort of thing, I really like the way Sol has been performing. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Chart Gal Lori. And a week from today, I'm doing an interview with Izzy, the great Miss Izzy, and I'm so excited about it. We will be putting that out sometime next week. Trader chat, chit chat with awesome professional traders and kind of get to know them and their process. Tesla Q3. I don't know when they have numbers. I don't know when their delivery numbers are coming out. I know that Elon said this morning this would be their busiest week of the whole year. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. Thanks, Ann, I appreciate that. Hey, Amira Asia, we'll get started in 3 minutes. If you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen now. Yellow and purple are the 50 and 200 simple moving averages. Green and red are 8 and 21. Yellow candles are the JC inside bars. And that's just like a Russian nesting doll where you have a candle that nests within the prior candle's range. I use the CM Ultimate RSI multi-time frame so I can plot 2 time frames on one panel. So the orange is the daily on whatever time frame I click. The daily stays there. And then the blue is whatever the corresponding time frame is. And then I use the Squeeze Pro indicator. That just tells me when I have pressure building. I'm primarily an options trader. However, I really traded futures heavily last week, more so than options, because when volatility is through the roof, I just don't want to pay up for options. I don't want to fight the Greek army, Delta, Theta, Gamma, whatever. I don't want to fight it. So that I went to futures last week, and I may stay with that again this week. It worked. The story is real simple, hourly downtrend. And it's an hourly downtrend until it's not. Tech is weighing down the market. And those dings, if they get too annoying, I'll turn off my Thinkorswim. Those are just alerts on my charts. Thoughts on Boyle? Well, first, Michael, I don't chart Boyle because it is a 3 times or 2 times ETF, right? For nat gas. I don't know if it's leveraged. I'll give you levels off of it, but typically we want to stick with the underlying. In this case, that would be nat gas. So let's start with nat gas. And again, okay. I'm going to turn off Thinkorswim, those dings. I don't want to annoy y'all. Okay, so with nat gas, strong move. Oil, strong move. So we got that daily higher low set, and now we're bouncing. So is Boyle a nat gas short? No, obviously it's long. But you see how it's not a 1-for-1? Let me show you. So let's see. How can I measure that? A 21% move. And this is, bear with me. Yeah, this is a 15% move. It's not a 1-for-1, so yeah, it's hard. Let me go back to Boyle. I'm probably making this harder than it should be. We are looking for a daily lower high. Odds favor with this size pullback. We've had a nice bounce. We've made enough room for a higher low on a pullback, but odds favor we top out before we get to 80.73. So then we zoom in. On the hourly, your RSI is 85. I would be careful up here. So this may be where we start topping out for the daily. 4-hour is also overbought. So 79 is that key level. So I would be taking profit up here, or at least scaling out and walking up my stop on Boyle. Support 65.48. All right, it's 6:30. Let's get this party started. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and man, are we passionate about it. I absolutely love what I do, and I hope y'all feel with every ounce that I speak to you that it is just pure love and passion for the subject and wanting to help others so they don't get hurt. Trading can be a very difficult process. I got hurt many, many times, and I had people help me like Dan and Jason, and that's what my goal is, to help you not get hurt, because trading is a tough profession, but it's so simple. It's so confusing because it's not easy, but it's super simple. Trading is simple. We make it difficult with our emotions and our psychology, but the charts tell us what we need to do and how the odds stack up. We use the left side of the chart to predict the right side, the blank space. Over here on the right side, no one knows what's going to happen, but we use the left side to predict the most likely scenario. So now we have an hourly downtrend. Let me show you. So we came up here. Let me change the color of my pen. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, so we got an hourly higher low, higher high, and down. So let's see how big of a retrace is this. Yeah, this is a pretty deep retrace. We're already past the 0.618. So on a bounce, on any bounce now, we're looking for an hourly lower high. So that's where the trade's going to come in. So that's part of that anticipation. So let me show you with the path button. Here, odds favor a lower high. So on any bounce, the most likely scenario is a lower high, and that's your best setup for the day, in my opinion, is top fishing a lower high, not trying to find where we're going to stop here. I don't think that that's the higher probability trade, is dip buying here, because we don't know where we're going to stop. The higher probability trade is once we start bouncing, then start looking for that lower high. You got a little level in here, 446.250. So on any bounce, I would be looking short. NASDAQ is very heavy. So NASDAQ, we've already lost that key level, 15176, 15175. We broke it by $14 so far, and I would say that is that's a tough triple bottom call, because we broke it. I would say we broke bear at this point. So on any bounce on NASDAQ, this is actually the one I would look to short, because it's definitely weaker. So I want to short the weak one. I don't want to go short the big bully on the playground and walk up and try to punch him in the mouth. I want to get the scrawny kid in the corner, and I want to sucker punch him. So this is the scrawny kid in the corner today, okay? So on any bounce, we're looking for lower highs. So that is the most likely scenario. We come back to touch these downtrending EMAs. You'll hear me talk about SOTIMA, slope of the EMA. When we come back to back test those, that would be the general area I would be looking to get short. Then I would zoom in to a smaller time frame like the 5-minute, and that's where we look for those lower highs, and we look for trend changes. Let me show you. So let's pretend like this is the 5-minute, and then you could top fish a 5-minute lower high or 15-minute lower high, and we're looking for that rollover. And so we have to be patient with trades like this. A lot of times when I speak to you, I get messages, well, that trade didn't work out at open. I am not here for just the trade opening, the opening of the trading day. I am here for the entire day. We're doing swing setups, we're doing weekly setups. So it takes time for these things to play out. So a NASDAQ lower high top fish is literally your best probability setup for the day. Okay, so your next support below this low we just had of 15162 is down at 15100 psychological, then 15090, and resistance way up in 15399. Now, if we get to bouncing pretty good, we could EQ out here for hours on end. So just be patient, let the trade come to you. RTY, we're losing the support of 2243. Your next support is 2231. On any bounce up, I would be looking to short a lower high, 2258 and 2263. Dow's fighting here. You see Dow, Mama Dow is trying to prop everybody up today. I was looking at GS this morning. It had a daily inside bar. I wanted to trade. This daily inside bar looks so good. We are underneath the 50 MA, but it was gapping up pretty big. Well, I shouldn't say gapping up, but it is a gap up. It's running into that 50 MA. So anyway, GS is part of the Dow. That's what made me go look at it. So the Dow, we're fairly flat. Your next support is 34564, 34459, 34845, and 34906. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we're pulling back. We have that strong market correlation. What we don't have correlation with today that's new is oil, and I'll talk about that, but that's different because Thursday, Friday, we had a strong correlation with oil. Oil has been running. So with Bitcoin, 4 hour is the clearest for me. We got that little tiny higher low pivot, got another high in our recent low, 43290. I still don't like that. Yeah, we're looking for that daily lower high relative to 45,200, and it may be put in at this point because we're losing our hourly uptrend. 42686 support, resistance 44288 and 44366. Ethereum. How does it look compared? 3182, 3168. Okay, so we double top there on the daily. That's the story with Ethereum. And we've lost our hourly uptrend now. Support 3013, resistance 3138 and 3151. Do y'all know how many words I say in 25 minutes? I say so many words, and it is a lot of words to get out at 6:30 in the morning. So thank you for your patience with me. So the format of the show is I go over the Fab 4 futures, which I just did, crypto, commodities, and movers and shakers of the day. And you're going to notice the movers and shakers of the day is a very short list because the market is very tame this morning. We don't have any earnings out. We didn't get a lot of upgrades. We don't have a lot of news. So just that, to me, that says pump the brakes. If I am digging like I did Friday, I dug for those setups, and a lot of them didn't work because I forced it. I am not going to force it today. That tells me pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. So we don't have a lot of setups today, but I'll give you what I got. I do have one Queen of the Mountain that I think is pretty good. Support 1744 on gold, then 1740. Resistance 1760, 80, and then 1760.90 on any bounce. We would be looking for a lower high. So you gold bugs who like to trade gold, I'd be looking to short it on a bounce. Oil, super strong. So we have been pounding the table in here about this monthly bull flag. We said monthly bull flag, then we would zoom out. Weekly, we lost the downtrend without a lot of follow through, and that told us zoom back out and look for that bull flag, and boom. And we're over the monthly 200 MA, which Joey's been pointing out in commodities. And if you're like, who's Joey? Joey is Jungle Funk, and this is just a sample. These are my starred channels, but he goes through all of the commodity setups, all the coverage you could ever want. And he's been calling out that monthly 200 MA. So we're over it now. Monthly bull flag confirmed. Look at this move. Support 69.39 and 67.56. So XLE carried us last week, but one thing we're breaking it. Never mind. One thing I was concerned about is a potential broadening formation here, but we're breaking bull out of it. XLE is super, super strong. Nat gas, oil, they have been beast, absolute beast. I'm kind of mad at myself for missing it actually, because I was all over that monthly bull flag on oil. All right, Apple, this is a top fish setup. So we're already breaking this low of 145.49. So this is on a bounce. This is a Queen of the Mountain setup. I am looking short Apple. So how do I do that? Like, okay, I'm sitting here right now and I'm telling y'all this is our whole focus. This is the right side of the chart. So now what do I do? So I look for general area. So let's say 146.50. This is where the EMAs are on the hourly. So pull back to that area. I'd like to short it. So I put notes in here. I say, okay, I can't watch all the charts at once. Look for a low of high bar setup on a bounce. And that tells me that Apple's bounced if we're back up into the 146.50 area. And I would look to short that. And by low of high bar, this is what I mean. And all you regulars, you're like, there she goes again, drawing those candles. But I get asked every day when I say low of high bar or high of low bar, what do I mean? So Dan has an awesome stair step video. This is similar, but I don't require as many candles for the setup. And it is where you look to short that reverse, that pivot. And you just watch a series of candles. The more candles, the better, because then you know when it reverses, it's a stronger signal. And you look to short the low of high bar break when we break below that high candle. So that's what I'm looking for on Apple. And if it comes up to 147.28, even better. Even stronger conviction short. Affirm. What was I looking at on this one? I didn't put notes. I don't like the setup here, actually. I just want to keep this on my radar because this had some amazing volatility. We got some good trades out of this last week twice. These inside bar setups, we got a trade out of it. Yeah, that was the prior week and one last week. So I'm watching this for a pullback buy to the daily EMA. So I'm going to say, tell me when Affirm gets to 116 on that pullback, and I would look to possibly go long. And it could also be a back burner trade. First hourly oversold after a new all-time high. So you say, tell me when the RSI drops below 30 on the hourly and I want to dip buy. Okay. BA. Daily inside bar, we're already breaking bull. And this is one of those names that's helping the Dow. This is why the Dow is green and other names are red, because we have some strong performers within the Dow like GS and BA that look good this morning. So this was a daily inside bar here. We're breaking bull, so the way that you play that is you wait for a pullback. So the high of Friday was 22241. If we could come back down and then get a high of low bar setup trade, does that make sense? So we're looking bullish BA, but we want it to pull back first. So BA looks good. And by the way, at the end, I will look in the chat room and I will go over some of your requests. Be big. Be big. We got some potential trade. These are the trade ideas I have for Be Big. It has pre-market volume and volatility. I'm looking for a high of low bar setup to go bullish, a back burner trade, so the first 5 minute oversold, or an EQ. Does that make sense? It's 3 different trade setup ideas on Be Big. High of low bar setup, a back burner trade, meaning the first 5 minute oversold after this big run because we're up 19%, or any type of tightening range where I can jump in the middle of the tightening range, and I would be looking to position myself bullishly. Okay, NASDAQ is bouncing a lot better right here. We're getting a lower wick of bulls buying the dip, so they're buying the dip as if it were. No, that's $20 break. That's definitely not a triple bottom, but they are buying the dip right now. Nice hammer time. See that hammer forming? And it has 2 more minutes before that candle closes, but nice lower wick. That could help this Apple setup because we want it to bounce first. Remember, we want it to bounce first. So we went over Be Big. Okay, bro. This is it. Queen of the mountain, queen of the hill, queen of the whatever you want to say. This is the queen of my world. Bros. Now, I like this setup. Even if the market's bearish, I like this setup for a bull break because it's totally separate from the market. It's a money badger. It's not heavily weighted in any ETF because it's a new IPO. It's only been open 12 days. Well, not even 12 trading days. 8 trading days, all right? 3 daily inside bars. I love this setup. Now I'm going to zoom in. Now get tighter, okay? Get tighter. I want to get so tight that it's like a Coke can shaken up. Look at this Coke can. This is the squeeze. It's showing this pressure building, building, building. Oh, I love this setup. CEI. So I copied the same thing that I put on Be Big, I put on CEI. This name, lots and lots of attention from a lot of Twitter gurus. So pre-market volume and volatility, I'm looking for a high of low bar trade, a back burner trade, or EQ trade. And you notice I have an alert set for $1.87. Why? Because that was this key level right here. So if it pulls back to $1.87, I would be a buyer of CEI. Of course, I'm going to have to look at all the different factors. Do I have other positions on? Am I overextended with too many charts and so on? But I like this setup for a high of low bar. And I normally don't trade penny stocks, but I really like this setup. Crowd, weekly inside bar, daily EQ, looking for a bullish entry. This one's set up very nicely. The daily, you see that daily RSI holding 50? I can't tell you how much this is changing my trading for the better. Using the RSI 50 as a pullback buying area on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute, on the hourly. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at Tesla. Do you see how it never lost the 50 RSI on the 5-minute Friday? That pullback. This pullback here, it wouldn't even get below 60. That just showed that strength in this area. You could tell that this was going to be a bull flag. It just had the hallmark of it because of that 50 RSI. So going back to crowd. Weekly inside bar, daily EQ, looking for a bullish entry. So I would love to dip by around, let's say 256. And I put reminders on the chart to remind myself why did I even set this alert, okay? So it reminds me why I'm looking at this chart. Dash. Weekly inside bar, bullish lean with market cooperation. So on this one, 218.26 would be a decent area to look to bottom fish, and you just don't jump in blindly. Oh, it's 218.26, let me buy. No, it's got to have a 2-minute trend change on a pullback back to the upside in order to justify a dip buy. Tesla, I'm looking for potential continuation this week. There are delivery numbers coming out and all that kind of fun stuff. And look how we're at that 50 RSI. Can't make this stuff up. So here we're pulling back, but I still like this bullish. But I'm not going to jump in blindly. I'm going to wait for an EQ setup. We could be watching 5-minute back burner for regular trading hours for a potential trade as well. SPY. Here are your levels. QQQ. Here are your levels. Actually, I'm going to have to update that because we just broke that low. Those are your levels for QQQ. Now, what do you want to look at? Aw, thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. So, Jorge, I'm just looking at, that's a great question, first of all. Great question. Yes, it would confirm, if it was back to $1.87, it would not be a daily downtrend. It would definitely be the loss of the hourly uptrend for sure. But I'm looking on a larger time frame for potentially a multi-week hold. I missed all of this, so I don't want to be too pig-headed about it because I've missed a lot of this run. But a pullback to the $1.87 area, and then if I could see a 15-minute trend change around $1.87 would give me more confidence in that level, if that makes sense. And we would still be in a daily uptrend, but that's a great question. Uber. Hourly bull flag. So we had that inside bar we played Friday for a bull break. Hourly bull flag. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We had a daily bull flag. It's so bullish it can't even flag out. So your key support here is 47.36, 46.34, and you could just say, okay, if it pulls back to 46.40, I will be watching for a high of low bar setup or 2-minute trend change to go bullish on Uber. I like this to the upside. QS to the short side. I don't know about that. That's dangerous. That one was a crazy bull last week. But the bottom line is we can short anything with a level. Anything. We don't typically make it a policy to short blue sky breakouts near all-time high, but in this case, this is not a blue sky breakout. So you could look to short 27.29 or 27.63, support 26.85 or 26.69, but I would still say this is akin to walking up and hitting the biggest bully in the playground in the mouth. Snap. Beautiful. This is one of our swing report names. We hit this daily squeeze and boom. Beautiful. Our stop was $70 last week and it hit 70.11 and then it just roared. Come on. I would say your trade setup on Snap, back burners playing out. God, I hate it when those back burners play out during pre-market hours. So I don't know. We may have an inside bar if it just consolidates today, which would be totally healthy. AMD. Is that a bullish engulfing? It's a bullish engulfing candle from last week. Daily inside bar to trade. I like that setup. That's a real tight inside bar. Resistance 106.05, support 104.68. CRB, health is so good. I like that new IPO from Friday. Okay, CRBU, daily inside bar. That's a big range though, but it is a biotech, so it could probably break it today. So daily inside bar. And we are in a daily downtrend, so don't forget that on this name. Health, we're not going to have a lot of information on health because it's a new IPO. So you have a tightening range, 21.40, not that. 21.45 is your resistance. I can't do lines today. Try again. Okay, there we go. 20.22 and $20 is your support. Resistance 21.45. Don't know how this will resolve. This is a tough trade because it is a newer IPO. At least with Bros, we have a few days under our belt. CRM. I'm going to like it because it just has been a beast. So I like CRM for dip buys. But we have gone, this is some major candles in 2 days, so it may need some rest. The most likely scenario is we flag out somewhere in this area. Yeah, hit the like button, please. One more and I'm done. FDX. Hey. I don't know. I can't condone a long in this thing because it's just so beat up. 229 and 230 are your resistances, your supports. 22660 and we're already below that. This is a train wreck. All right. That's it for me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're a TCGer, you'll see a lot of me today in the room. Use stop losses.